When I first saw the mySOurce demonstration, I was very, very impressed by lots and lots of different features. But just in general, the first time I looked at it, just the general look of it was very inviting, and it seemed very easy and had lots of graphics and not a lot of small font words and print in it. I love the how do I, where you can put in anything, and the search capabilities are so much better. I really like the graphics. I think the graphics are just very easy to understand. I think the whole thing is very simple. I also like the single sign-in. As someone who goes in, looks at benefits, and trying to remember all my different passwords, I just thought that was very easy. And I like the way that it's very customized. I mean, it's called mySOurce, and I think employees going in there and looking at it really feel like, wow, this is very specific to me, kind of the same feeling we get when we go outside and you go into Amazon and it says, hello Susan, or you go in somewhere. I just think that the whole thing is just very impressive. You add to the company because we have tremendous benefits and our pay is very competitive, and the problem is most of our employees don't really think about everything they have at their fingertips, whether it's pay, benefits, whether it's training opportunities. And what I love about mySOurce is, in one handy place, in a very simple way to navigate, you're able to see just the breadth and the depth of value-added benefits, compensation, just opportunities that we have for all of our employees, and it's in one place where they can get to it easily. Thank the project team. I think one of the reasons that this result has turned out to be just tremendous is that you took a lot of time, you gathered a lot of input, you tested, you were very open, you were very out of the box, and you really were, at the end of the day, saying, what do employees tell us they need? How can we make this easy for them so that they believe that this is their system? And you guys did it, and just did an outstanding job. And I love the site, I love the work y'all did, and congratulations on a great success.
When I saw the new website portal for the first time, it was in the early stages of development, and I was impressed at the time. I thought this is going to be a good site for our employees. But as the project progressed, it got better and better, and when I saw the final product a few weeks ago, I was just amazed at what an awesome job this team had done in putting all this together. So I just think it's a great site, great work. The feature clearly is how do I. I just love the ability to go in and start thinking about something that you want. Like I've been looking at, I need to start getting on a mail order prescription, and just being able to type that in and have it pop up, and you can go right to the form, the instructions. It was just so easy to find, and I'm not a techno person, so me being able to do that very quickly and easily was very important for me. And again, I think our employees will find that to be a useful feature. I think it's clearly a value add for our employees that they can access their own information quickly, easily. The single sign-on would probably be my second favorite feature, and I think that our employees will find that very, very helpful to them. It's frustrating sometimes when you get into the site and you go away from our homepage and then trying to get back. So I think that this is going to be a huge value to the employees in terms of their time, being able to quickly go find something and get back out, as opposed to spending and being frustrated. So I think it's a huge value add for the employees, for managers to have access on their own employees in their organization, again, easily accessible to them, all on one page. I just think it's a great feature to have that capability for them to be able to get their information quickly. I think this project team just did an outstanding job. We have a lot of projects going on in Southern Company, and I would tell you, I think this one has been managed and carried out better than anything I've seen in a long time. So I would give my sincere thanks and appreciation to everybody that worked on the team. I know they all had their own jobs to be taken care of at the same time they were doing this project work. There was a lot of detail to it, so I just cannot begin to thank you enough for the time and investment that you put into this project and making it successful.
What a ride it's been for all of us. About this time last year, we were all drinking from a fire hose, knowing what we'd gotten ourselves into with this project. It was really just a dream of mine to build something new and different and engaging for our workforce. And let me tell you, you all have exceeded my expectations. mySOurce website is awesome. And that's exactly what I'm hearing from employees across the system. They are responding via the mySOurce website feedback option. Very positive comments, and I think you'll hear more about that throughout the evening. I'm also hearing from people face to face. I was over at Georgia Power yesterday when I attended Paul Bauer's business forum, and people that I was sitting next to and around were talking about how wonderful it was, how easy it was, and it's a great feeling to be a part of something like that. A long journey. I want to thank you all for hanging in there with me. You know, I remember last summer when we hit a real tough part in the project. We were all struggling, weren't sure how to move forward, but nobody lost hope. Everybody kept the faith, and that's one thing I've noticed throughout the entire journey that we've been on is the positive attitude all of you have displayed. I mean, by the fall, the project team had hit its stride again, and we were off and running to complete the last phase of development. And that's due to everybody's efforts. You collaborated across teams, across organizations. There was tremendous teamwork, strong work ethic. When we needed people to dig in, you dug in. When we needed people to get out of their comfort zone and just kind of go with an idea, you did it. And you got creative when you didn't think you could be. We solved technical problems that we didn't know the answers to. I saw people come together and just brainstorm on how we could solve things. You know, I would get a rush when I would see the light bulbs come on and people were really coming up with solutions. You need to pat yourself on the back. You have turned out a terrific product. A product that employees will find value in for many years to come. It has been a pleasure working with all of you on this project. You've made it fun. And you know, Janet Katzenberger and I were talking earlier today about how this is about the fourth project that she and I have worked on when you count major ships upgrades and putting in the infrastructure for the HR Direct Service Center and then the new mySOurce website. All of our projects have come in budget, on time, and the day of the launch has gone smooth, and this project is no exception. So we were saying maybe we should quit while we're ahead. But at any rate, I just wanted to thank you and tell you that I've had a great time. You all need to be proud of what you've built.
You know, I was really excited about seeing the new website go up on Monday, and we had a great team putting it together in a career and development section where a lot of pages, and we also had a lot of humorous moments, and especially around the how do I forms. So I'd like to show you a little bit of the fun that we had going through the project with the how do I forms. So tell me again, how do I fill out this how do I form?
My role in the project was to lead the home tab team primarily, as well as bring together the team that put all the content into the system, so manage the entire functional side of getting the site. The best experience is yet to come with the cruise that they're going to take us on. Oh, did you say they're not taking everybody? I'm sorry. Yeah, scratch that. Okay. The funnest experience actually was in the RFP when it was, all we kept hearing was, that's my vendor. My vendor. When my vendor did this, my vendor, and it was supposed to be an RFP that obviously was open and everybody was willing to take any vendor that was out there. So it was an interesting experience.
Okay.
Those employees that are used to technology and changes and different application upgrades will respond to it very well. Those employees that are not used to change will probably have a difficult time adjusting. It was long, it was intense, it's still not done, and working very diligently and very hard to make sure that it's easy to use as promised. Okay.
My mind is that it's been a project where there's been such great collaboration with the people here. I've had to obviously interface with a lot of different departments and a lot of different people, and here I am, somebody from the outside, and everyone has been interested in talking to me and interested in giving me information and quick with the information, and they've made what I had to do so much easier. And it's just amazing how the whole company as a whole has been committed to this project, the people who have had to provide input to me.
You are kidding, right? Another version of the How Do I form? How many of these How Do I's do we have to do on this thing?
I don't know if I can say I can think of any fun moments, but I just think getting to know a few people a little bit better than I did in the past, because I hadn't worked on teams with them before, was I would say is a positive moment that I had. Can't think of any fun moments right off the top of my head.
Okay. We have a lot of content out there now, and there's articles that talk about different dimensions of diversity. There's monthly we're putting something out. So we're hoping that it's going to increase interest in diversity and inclusion and what we're doing here as an organization. And hopefully people begin asking more questions and we can advance diversity and inclusion as a company as a whole. It's been fun. The whole thing's been fun. I mean, there's been some stress, especially here at the end. But really, overall, the whole project has been fun with all the teams and the work, and everybody's kept a really good attitude about it. And it's just been fun to work with all the folks and seeing it come to fruition.
Outside of playing Jenga at the holiday party, this surprise attack with a flip cam is, I guess, my second most favorite experience.
Gotta be kidding me! Another version of the How Do I form? I can't go back to my team and tell them to do another one. Man.
My role presently is project manager, IT project manager, and I manage the weekly activities of the IT, the HR, and the inter-C vendor team. I think one of the most fun things I've gotten to deal with is just seeing what a great team this is. Everybody works so well together, and they have fun while they're doing it, and they go over and beyond to make sure every milestone's met. And the weekly meetings are just a riot sometimes because of the jokes that people kind of tell between each other, and I don't get half of them. Oh, okay. But you can tell that they're a really strong team, and I've really thoroughly enjoyed working on it.
I would want everyone to know, and I share that now when I talk to people about it, is that a lot of thought was put into it, and we looked at it from a user standpoint, not just from the compensation benefits from an HR standpoint, but how everyone in the field would use it, and tried to think of the best ways and the most common sense ways to look for things. And we tried to capture everything, and we know that it's impossible sometimes to think of everything, but we really put a lot of time and effort into covering as many options and as many considerations as we possibly could.
It'll take some getting used to because we've had the other HR Direct website portal for so long, but I really think that once they're out there, they'll see that it's a lot easier to maneuver through the site, and just a lot friendlier, just a lot better, a lot easier. I think they'll open it up and they'll see that all the information is going to be just right there at their hands, and they won't have to go through so much. Save a lot of time. I think it's going to save a lot of time on their part too.
A question: what fun moments did you have in this process?
I'll let you answer that.
Every project has fun moments, and you go through a lot of stress while you're actually doing the project itself. But the fun part, I enjoy new technology and new stuff. This is really new stuff. It's leading edge as far as the type of application that we went to, and to me that's fun. A lot of people don't think it's fun, but I do. And I think most of us technology folks think that in the background is a fun thing to do.
Congratulations on a great mySOurce launch. It was really fun working with the benefits, career and development, and Southern Lifestyle teams. I'm really sorry I can't be there tonight to celebrate with you all, but as you know, I'm chained to my desk.
And somebody decided that on this version they wanted color on the form?
Well, this project was our third PeopleSoft implementation, so we thought it would be very straightforward since we've already done ships and CRM. But we started learning new terms like clouds became a topic, and seeing the different things on the website it almost became comical at times when we would be introduced with those new concepts, thinking that everything that we were going to do we would already be familiar with.
Marcel probably wants to kill me, because every time I would see Marcel, I would say, Marcel, I have this really great idea. Can we put pictures on every page of mySOurce and have all of the employees within the HR Direct Service Center rotate their pictures on mySOurce? And so he probably wants to kill me about that. Right, Marcel? And then all the other suggestions that I made and the ideas that I would have at the last minute. Sorry, Marcel.
It is going to be different, I think. Some of the newer features that are coming out with the chat and all that coming soon, that's definitely going to affect how we do business here at HR Direct, which is exciting. Maybe it might lead to less calls, but more interaction with the website, which is also a good thing, because we spent a lot of time putting it together, so we want people to go out there and use it.
I got to know a lot of people that I had not previously known. I could say the most memorable experience was the time that we spent over at Georgia Tech in that meeting room for 3 days. It was very long and intense meeting sessions, but a lot of good came out of them, and I think I've made a lot of good contacts and got a chance to work with a lot of great people.
I can't really think of any fun moments. What do you consider fun?
I mean, it could have been the celebration party we had over Ventanas. It could be the meetings we used to have. I'm hearing people were cutting up in the meetings a lot, just to kind of get past the monotony, just different things like that.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely the outing that we had over at the
Hilton Garden Inn.
The Hilton Garden Inn. That was like a release from all of the pressures and trying to juggle your daily job with your job on the portal as well. Like I say, I was on 2 teams, so it was sometimes challenging for me, but I made it through. And I think when we first started, the how do I's, I think they were haunting me. I probably had some dreams of how do I's chasing me in my sleep.
Side jobs. What I really appreciate about everybody on this project, and I'm sure Cindy would agree with me, is that we all had day jobs, and many of us had day jobs, and Cindy did a great job of rallying the troops to get everybody on board with the vision. And so that in our spare time, and that's why sometimes it was painful, sorry Marcel and Andy, sometimes it was, is because we were finding time to do this in our side job. And so I think Cindy did a phenomenal job rallying the troops, finding the right players to get in this process to make it the value that it ended up being for our employees.
I'd like to thank Andy and his team for the countless hours that they worked and supported the benefits area for developing and making sure that we pull the proper content for the new mySOurce portal. I'd also like to thank Judy for her creativity and her design concepts in terms of creating the page. I especially like to send a thank you to Sharon Syme, my boss, who gave me credit and trusted me in producing a quality product, of course with the help of my colleagues in compensation and benefits. I also like to give a special kudos to Cindy McLean and her team and Marcel Barre for their vision of creating a platform where employees can actually be engaged with the whole Total Rewards concept.
It was a lot of fun. All of it was fun to me. Working with my team, especially working with Susan, she was a great leader, team leader with this. The excitement of going back doing my research. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Hey, I appreciate you stopping by. I just wanted to let you know that our team has met and we have decided that we really don't need any how-to-whys for our tab. But I want to thank you for coming by. I just wanted to let you know that. Have a great day, and thanks a lot, and we'll see you soon.
They've all been fun.
They've all, yeah.
Well, give me an example of one or two.
Wow. There's so much pressure here. So much pressure to
Hey,
answer this question.
Now, every day working with this team, including Marcel and Susan and Cindy, is so much fun that I can't possibly come up with one episode
Okay, well, give
that's
me a few.
more fun.
Well, give me a few, just in general.
The ice storm, the night of the ice storm, when
That was
we're
fun.
all trying to have a good time. And
That's
I don't know if that was funny, but
Well, you walked back here and took a beautiful picture that got on the...
no, I'm talking about the night of the party.
That is that night.
Oh, was that? No, not the night it snowed. Not the night it snowed. The night of
The party?
The party.
When I came back here?
When you came back here.
Yeah, that was... What were we celebrating?
That was the.
That was over at the...
The
Work
forum
so
forum
far,
party.
or something
Yeah.
like that.
It's what?
It works. It was the implementation up to that point, right before Christmas, wasn't it?
Oh, the holiday party.
Yeah, that was just a holiday party, right?
Okay.
Well, it was technically holiday party / a celebration for.
For how much we had done up
Right.
to that point. Yeah, that was fun.
So we're all trying to have a good time, and we end up we're all panicking, are we going to be able to make it home or not? And watching.
Oh, yeah.
And I was the
all
only
lights
one that was
outside.
sane. I came back to work, worked throughout the night, and left the next morning around 11.
The most fun moment was just a minute ago when 15 minutes into the implementation, I was already behind.
I would say probably the fun moments were more so with Susan Smith. She seems to sometimes have like a memory blank out, so we would pick at her a lot about that, and that was more so it. Our job on that project was very demanding, so we had to be really focused on what we were doing, so we had a lot of stuff to review in a short amount of time. So those were, I think the overload of information for all of us on that team kind of had caused us to have, lapses in our memory and brains and about what was really true. So, but those probably were the most fun moments.
The mySOurce project was a really interesting and fun experience. I felt really lucky to work with employees around HR who I don't get to work with on a regular basis. It gave me the opportunity to remind myself how creative and innovative HR folks are. I think everybody just jumped in and got the project done. I was really proud of us. I want to thank my team on the new employee team, Erica, Jenna, Patricia, Charlotte. Thanks so much for all your hard work. I'm really proud of our site, and I hope you are too.